Everyone, Lloyd Moyer here. I have just made this straight-sided maple bowl from log. So it wasn't roughed out. It was just a dry piece of maple, and made it all the way to finish. It was pretty dry. I did forget to hit the record button, so you miss me putting it onto the screw chuck and cutting all the corners off of it, and we start when it's already round. But other than that, that's the whole thing. So thanks for watching me. We'll see you next time. So unfortunately, somehow I failed to record the first part of this video in which I had a pretty square piece of maple here with the pith in it, that I put onto the screw chuck and went about roughing out with my large deep fluted bowl gouge. It was very, very exciting. Oscar-worthy stuff, and I'm afraid you missed it. My fault. Where I am now is setting it up to go into my largest chuck. I was thinking of having a wide base and a relatively straight-sided bowl. So I'm just going to continue on from there. Really was not anything terribly exciting. It was just some big shavings off of the big gouge. So now I'm just going to refine this foot here and just take it in a little bit and make it cylindrical rather than outflowing, so that the chuck has somewhere to grab. And I'm going to get a nicer cut here. I actually think I'm going to do that with a scraper also. Again, the pith is still in this piece, so I'm going to have to cut that out. Cut it down a little bit further than that. It's going to be about right there. I also thought about making this into like a pot, but I think the relatively straight-sided bowl is going to be a better option for this shape of blank. A pot that is sort of narrower at the top and wider at the bottom is better for a taller form than this. So I'm just gonna use my scraper here to just take a light cut off of this to make the surface even. Take off some of the ridges that you can get with a gouge. I'm really just stroking it softly. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Giving myself a nice smooth surface and an even plane. Now for the sides, this is very slightly outflowing, and I think I really want it to be, I don't mind it being outflowing, but if it's going to be like that, I want it to be curved very slightly. So I'm going to start there. So it comes in a little bit before it goes back out again. It's a little bit too heavy, cutting a little heavy there, which is why what you hear. And I think I also am going to want a little bead at the top of this. Just going to be something about like that. Now again, just refining the shape with the scraper. And I can lift it up on edge like this and get a shearing cut as well. Okay, so this has a branch here, and actually this branch goes all the way through, but seems to be there are a couple of little checks here, but this is pretty dry, so it seems pretty solid to me. I'm not going to worry about it a whole lot. So now that's going to get sanded. Although before it gets sanded, I want to check and make sure that the chuck will fit over it nicely. Calipers here, because, excuse me, I'm still a little bit big. So that foot needs to come in a little bit. Okay. That should be fine. That should be okay. Oh, finishing wax. This is the one that was closest to hand, so that's why it's getting this. It's a really nice wax. I don't know what all is in it. They advertise it as food grade, but it's a very nice finish. It's a soft wax. It's a very nice matte finish. Okay. I have my little depth gauge. That is really not long enough, but I make do. I want that to go. Seems dull. Because it was dull. This wood is dried out considerably and it's quite hard. Maple often gets very hard when it dries, as it dries. There we go. Found the bottom. The whole point of doing that depth hole is to go and find the bottom. Hard spot right there. Some particularly hard grain right there. I was thinking it was a knot or something, but it isn't. I don't know what it is. Now I feel like I can go to my scraper. Do my best to stay out of the way here. Out on the edge here, I have to be up a little bit higher so that the bottom part of the scraper doesn't rub against the lower, the returning curve of the interior and push it. What it'll do is it'll push it in like that. That's thin enough. Now what I'm going to try to do here is actually get in there with a small gouge. There's no handle on this gouge, but I don't need a lot of leverage. I just want to get a good finished cut. That's good for now. Still have some depth to take out of here also. Go to my slightly shorter scraper. Oh, good. I have plenty of room in the bottom. Even now, after 30 years of turning, 25 years, 25, 30 years, I still worry about going through the bottom. And I still do it occasionally. Trying to make sure that this isn't one of those times. Now, what I do need to do I know I'm stopping and starting a lot here. I just want to be sure that I'm not getting too far towards the edge. Still okay. So I am trying to get this. This looks like it's a flat bottom, but the reason I'm doing this so carefully is I'm ever so slightly having it curve up the same way that the outer edge does, and I'm not confident enough in myself to do it quickly, so I'm just taking my time with it. So thanks for your patience. A little hump right there that I can actually see. Very slightly still there. Okay. This is still pretty thick in the bottom, but it's flat. And I think I want it to stay that way. So that is how I think I can flatten this out a little bit. I can clean this up a little bit. So we're going to do that. think, ooh, that's pretty good, actually. Thought I was going to need to put a little extra burr on the edge of the tool, but I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about this. So it actually has a sharp enough corner that I really can't get the wax in there that easily. It might just need some oil. Oh, no, it's getting in there. There we go. No chuck marks either. That has nice balance, has just enough weight in the bottom. I was afraid it was going to be a little too thick, and it is thick, but it has some weight in the bottom, so it's comfortable to hold.